Richard Elfman here, Director of Forbidden Zone. Thank you for joining me, folks.
Hello, friends and neighbors. This week's episode, when recorded, had some very serious audio issues. I believe caused by a poor internet connection and Zoom's tendency to go into serious compression when that happens. As a result, I'm going to have to be a bit creative with the editing. This will be more noticeable in video than in audio. I will add subtitling when necessary, and there were some completely unusable parts, which is heartbreaking. But if this were anyone other than Richard and Anastasia Elfman, I would probably have just discarded the episode as a bad lot. But these are some of the most wondrous people I have ever worked with or spoken to, and also busy enough that I don't really want to try to call again and get a second interview, at least not right away. So bear with me. Here comes the Weirdo Parade. The artists, the dreamers. We are project that makes life worth living. Deserving talent. Hello, your early arrivers.
Oh, hi.
Welcome.
How are things in Mountain Time?
Pretty good. I'm actually not hearing you that great. Is there any way you could, either turn original sound on is usually a good bet? Alright. I could hear that laugh. Nice.
Okay, should we just go from here and see how it goes?
We'll do it. I'll see if I can do anything in post to clean it up a little, but you're understandable, and that's the important part.
How is it now?
Oh, very... Perfect. All right, if you're ready, I'm going to do a quick intro, and then we'll start talking, okay?
Okay, and you to us if we need to talk louder.
Okay. Louder is going to be better through the whole thing.
Louder is better.
Yeah.
Louder is better.
Hello. Welcome to Here Comes the Weirdo Parade. I am Geeks, and I'm fortunate to have 2 stars of stage and screen with me. The audio is a bit rough, so please bear with me. Could you introduce yourselves, please?
Richard Elfman and...
Anastasia Elfman.
Right. And those posters in the background will tell you a good deal about who they are. I have a lot of history with Richard, and he may not know about it. Many, many years ago, I had a friend who turned me on to Forbidden Zone. And at the time, the only way to get your own copy was to mail a personal check to an address, and they would send you a VHS copy in the mail.
Oh, bootleg.
Maybe.
I didn't see the time until about 10 years ago.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, but I'm glad people got to see it.
Yeah, alright. And then a few years after that, some of my friends in Boston got together and tried to produce a stage show. But unfortunately, it never happened. Turns out, we actually needed a producer who knew what he was doing. Hopefully, we'll try again one day. And then I got to review Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks for HorrorBuzz.com. And that was lovely, and Richard and I have spoken a few times since then. So now here's Richard and Anastasia with us, and you are plugging Bloody Bridget, right? That's the next show?
Yeah. Anna really kicked ass in it. Whetted her appetite. She needed to eat the beating hearts of her evil victims.
Ah. And was that natural for you?
For me? Oh, yes, of course.
And when will we be able to see that?
We're in post-production. I've got to work around my brother Danny Elfman and Eagle Plum the other composer. I've got to work around their schedule.
And for those of you listening at home, I recommend you find Forbidden Zone and Alien Clowns and Geeks. They're a lot of fun.
Not coming out till mid-June.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I saw you added color, and you made a couple of changes here and there. I can't wait to see it.
Add more pieces, but I actually would have done that 40 years ago. I had long lost control of the film. They didn't have special effects like they do today. So it was like 40 years after the fact, I finally got to fix the damn thing.
Well, I'm glad you finally did. So the podcast itself is about weirdos. Is it safe to say you would consider yourselves weirdos?
No! No! No!
In my opinion, there's a certain power in being a weirdo. Is that something you've found?
I don't know. I born in Watts, grew up in Crenshaw, and my greatest athletic ability was boxing.
Really? Maybe people treated you with more respect because you were a boxer.
Yeah, that helped.
Yeah, I'll do my best in editing to clean it up and make it easier for the folks at home. And if not, we'll just look at your pretty faces. I am so obsessed with Forbidden Zone, and I've seen some interviews and watched the director's commentary. How did you collect such an assembly of weirdos for that movie?
Well, one was my brother, who played the devil.
Right, Danny.
Matthew Wright, very interesting guy. He squeezed at Henderson. But his roommate was Hervé Villechaize, Fantasy Island.
Hervé Villechaize was great. How did you find Susan Terrell?
Well, Hervé was screwing her.
Oh, okay, that'll do it. All right. Well, folks at home can when it comes out again, keep an eye on that and see if you can see any of that tension and chemistry in there.
You'll see a lot of chemistry between the king and the queen.
Yeah, they're great. I heard that some of you wound up sleeping in the gorilla suit at night.
Well, that was the rest of us playing with pets at night. Although Hervé would come on the weekends and help us paint sets. He was a prince.
He seems like a nice guy from everything I've heard people talk about him.
Very charming. A ladies' man.
And that must be how he wound up with Susan Terrell. Do you see anyone making movies today that you're really interested in? Looking to become the kind of weird artist you've been, if that makes sense?
I don't know. I've got my own style.
You definitely do.
Like Anna likes my style, but I think she likes David Lynch even more.
Number one.
Yes, that's right, baby. That's right.
So there's no David Lynch-Richard Elfman collaboration in the works. And is there work on Forbidden Zone 2?
Well, that's my bucket list film. And we're probably doing Bloody Bridget 2 next, and then Forbidden Zone 2 after that.
Back during Forbidden Zone, the band was the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo, right?
Yes, that was the original. It was more of a Commedia dell'arte troupe.
I saw a YouTube clip of them playing on The Gong Show. That was pretty intense.
That was an aberration. The show hadn't aired yet. We didn't know what it was. Our manager brought us there. And then when I saw what they were doing, I didn't want to go on. Also, it wasn't a great performance. I wince when I see them.
The Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo.
We will now play the rarely performed Haydn Trio for piano, accordion, and triangle. Thank you.
Mystic Nights of the Oingo Boingo. I always said a little chamber music was good on the show. We'll be back to meet our celebrities and see how they rate this.
Well, the judges seem to like it. Do you have any advice for up-and-coming filmmakers? Particularly weird ones?
Have enough passion to face death and arrest.
Okay.
That's what it takes.
That's what it takes. Sorry the sound has been difficult. Thank you for your time. This has been it's been great. It's honestly I'm probably a little bit tongue-tied. I usually am a smoother talker than I've been today. I'm just.
You talk good.
And I will say, when you get to Forbidden Zone 2, if I hear about your casting call, I'm going to hitchhike out to LA if I have to. I want a shot at that. Cast. You heard it here first. I am cast in Forbidden Zone 2. And this has been it for Here Comes the Weirdo Parade. I hope our guests will tune in next week and see what kind of weirdos we have in store for you. Bye. This is Richard and Anastasia Elfman, and keep watching. Thank you.
Hey, good to see you, man.
Finally.
Richard Elfman here, writer-director of Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks. I'm particularly proud of this film because it's really just the second time since Forbidden Zone that I've had the creative control to put my full artistic stamp on things. The only challenge was time and money. Cut! Good performance. They say that half of directing is casting. Well, the other half is the writing. And as a writer, it's very important to find your creative center. Mine is in this little rooftop garret perched high in the Hollywood Hills. I have a cigar, play my music, and sip Johnny Walker Black, a brand I've been partial to since I was 15 years old. Oh, a precocious and athletic child. I fell into the wrong crowd down in South Central. My homies had just knocked off a liquor store and bribed me to win my first track championship with several cases. Ah, youth, however errant, but I digress. I wrote the film in 3 weeks, and hell, we shot it in 3 weeks. But I had an amazing, talented cast, a great crew, and super cool producers on this one. Although it really helps if your little brother is Mozart, your best friend Ego Plum is Mozart Jr., your son's a movie star, and your wife acts, choreographs, and stunt drives. And that ain't all, folks. But I was blessed with a truly wonderful cast and crew who I look at as my family.
Ow! Professor! Silence. Oh, it's so sensitive back there.
Cut! That was good. One more time. The absurdist humor of Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks may be over the heads of some, but not you, of course, the aesthetically sophisticated. It's just, there are some that don't get it. They can't get it. Missing the left side of their brains. Artless Neanderthals in three-piece suits. I suffer their slings and arrows. The fucking morons refusing to admit the creative genius of Richard. But as I was saying, underneath the wacky gags of Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks is a classic 3-act story structure. My brother Danny and I grew up in what you might call a secular Jewish household. Our mother, Blossom Claire Elfman, taught English till she was 50, after which she went on to publish 16 novels and won 2 Emmys. You might say that our religion was character development and story structure. Hey, Mom, to you. Needless to say, the final ingredient of a Richard Elfman film is that we may work our butts off, but we have fun, and I'm talking serious fun. At the end of every week, I personally barbecue for my cast and crew. And finally, people ask me, what is this preoccupation with clowns? Well, to be born a male redhead is to be born into a clown suit. I really attempted to portray the poignancies and dramatic nuances of what it means to be a clown. But no matter how cool and debonair we try to be, we're just one step away from...
God bless you all. God save the king.
It's the work of the devil.
You'll feel better after you drink this.
Glug? I can't stand it.
Can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're